Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urius Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Doctor's Spell Prognosis. And today we are talking about the Cantrip. Some definitions of cantrips and spells can be defined, but this is the next one on our list. It is Shape Water. It is usable by druids, sorcerers, and wizards, so it's got a wide range of different classes that can use it. No clerics, no warlocks, no artificers, but those are, I mean, it covers sorcerers and wizards, which are, you know, the base arcanes, and it covers druids, which is kind of nature, so that's very good. It's a cantrip. It takes one action. It has a range of 30 feet. Not a great range. I would like to see range, you know, for some of these spells to be 60 feet, but it's 30 feet. It affects a 5-foot cube, which is great. It's a somatic component, so you just say something and it happens. No pointing, no material components, which is great. So if you're bound, you can cast this spell because you don't need to. If you're bound, you can't, but you can. If you don't need to be able to say anything to move it. You just need to be able to twinkle your fingers. It has a duration of instantaneous. It's school transmutation. This is a control. It's kind of a control spell, but it's a utility spell. So, and it's one of my favorite utility spells because I can think of a lot of different things to do this. So, you choose an area of water within range that fits a 5-foot cube, and you can manipulate it in one of the following ways. I'm going to read that sentence first, and I'm going to go to the last sentence. So just keep in mind there are 4 different things you can do with the water, and if you cast this multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at any time. And you can dismiss such an effect as an action. Now, this is up to interpretation, but ice is technically water. And that means you should be able to shape ice with this spell. It says you choose an area of water. It doesn't say it's got to be flowing water or liquid water. It just says water. So you should be able to use this on ice. You can manipulate it in one of the following ways. You can instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. So you can pick up water, and then you can move it 5 feet. And if you decide to move it 5 feet, well, you can freeze it then. That's the big thing. So you can pick it up and then freeze it. So you can use the water to form into shapes and animate at your direction, which lasts for an hour. You can change the water's color or opacity. The water must be changed in the same way throughout, and the change lasts for an hour. So these are non-instantaneous effects. You can freeze the water, provided that there are no creatures in it. Now, here's the problem, is if you freeze water that has a bunch of fish in it, you can't do that because fish count as creatures. So the water unfreezes in 1 hour. So you can move water 5 feet in any direction. So you could pick up a bunch of water. At that point, all of the living creatures should probably, hopefully, fall out of it because of some gravity or things. You can move it 5 feet in any direction, and you could freeze it into a block. You can cause the water to form into simple shapes and animate at your direction. So you could look at some water, turn it into a cart shape, and then freeze it, and you'd have an instant ice cart. You could create fortifications with this, small walls, things like that. You could empty a very large container of water or a body of water very quickly with this spell by pulling things out, freezing it, and then moving it further. You could pull the water out, freeze it, and then change its shape, and it'll deposit someplace else. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can use with this. But for prep, this is kind of an out-of-combat spell, or what I call near-combat spell. So you could be using this near combat if you knew that a combat was going to happen, to make different kinds of fortifications for you and your party, with the different the ice structures that you could make. So that's what I got for you today. I hope everybody appreciates and tunes in, and I will catch everybody later.